Hello YouTube fans, here again. And I realised why not about to do talk about this film, based on a sort of a true story. And the reason why I say sort of a true story is some of it's fantasised, some of it is true. That being the perfect portrait of a serial killer. Say it again, the portrait of a serial killer. Come out in 1986, it was based on a true story about a serial killer who was around in America at the time murdering women. I'm not normally into blood and gore, you know what I think about murder films and so on, but this one, I didn't really mind it because it was a different type of gnome, but I actually like the actor. This is an actor, I remember rightly, played a killer in a movie called Sea of Love. Never seen that film, Sea of Love? Very good erotic thriller back in the day. And he also played with Sylvester Stallone. You remember the movie Danger? He was one that played Sylvester Stallone's mate in Danger. So he's been in quite a few films, very well known actor, very good actor, and he played the character in this called M there, which again is based by a true story. On the way, he's got a mate called Otis. Let's say the actor's no longer with us, but you may remember the actor playing a character in the remake of Night of the Living Dead. He was a character in that. It's not a character you love to hate in Night of the Living Dead. Well, in this, it's the same actor, sort of plays a cheat, plays sort of like a pervert. Definitely is a pervert. As seen in the film where he tries to touch up his sister, which sums up what a pervert he is, and so on. So, Emily, perfect of a serial killer. It's an hard film to watch. I'm not saying it's an easy film to watch. It's disturbing, but it's made that way. Let's go with a bloody film. You do get a good story in the film. There's a bit of cheapy music, and I'm not lying, it really has got a cheapy bit of chilling music. It goes do 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 do. I'm not going to do the rest, and I'll be killing it myself. But it's hard to explain. But you hear the theme tune. The theme tune, it's chilling, it's nerving. So you get that as the opening. And all the way through the film, you don't see the murders, but you get to see the aftershots of these murders, where women are naked, they've got bruises, they're all cut up, wandering this forest, stripped naked, and they're dead. But you do get the sound effects of what he's done. You know, these really horrible sound effects like, shut up, take it, no, no, take it. So you do hear them sort of, the sound effects without actually seeing the murders. But the idea that you can imagine it without seeing it to you in your fucking face. There's one, and I do remember originally, it took them years, and I mean years to sell this either on video and today's that have been DVD. And other means of how you can watch this film. But it took them years, and I mean years to sell this in its totally uncut form from 1986. There's a scene in it, right, where a woman's stripped naked, she's dead. She's stripped naked and she actually has a smashed bottle shoved in her mouth. Not being morbid, not being fucked up, not being a weirdo. There's a scene where a woman's tied up, boobs hanging out, and she's got a smashed bottle in her mouth, blood everywhere. Really looks horrible, really looks horrific, but it really, so that now in its uncut form, really does show how aggressive, how vicious, and how evil this character is, being M there. Like I say, he meets a mate halfway called Otis, and you got an idea there's a love interest with him and his sister. To cut the story short, though, there's a bit where he's hit psycho, and she's hit psycho, and he picks her up. You don't see the murder, but she has a tatar. He's got the tatar. Should you really need to figure out what's happened there? So he befriends his mate called Otis, and then you find out Otis is just as much sick, just as much evil than what he is. There's a scene in it where he says, I want to kill someone. And what does he do? He takes him to a car park and he literally kills someone just for the fun of it. He shoots his poor lad for no reason, and they just stand there and watch him die. It really sums up how evil it is, but that's mild compared to what he does to the rest of the film. There's a scene in it where he's following this woman, and you got the idea he used to be an exterminator, and I don't mean the Arnold Schwarzenegger type. And so he pretends to do his job as an exterminator to get into this woman's house. Again, you see the aftershots. It's hard to explain, but she's tied to this settee. She's got cigarette burns all over her arms. just your idea that he's tortured and killed her. And he's got a telephone wire wrapped around her neck. There's a bit where he's talking to Otis's sister, and he said that he killed the mum, but then he describes it in so many different ways. And the sister says, "I thought you shot your mum." Yeah, yeah, I shot her. But the moment he's saying he's battered her, one moment he's bashed her head in, one moment he stabbed her, and then Otis's sister says, "I thought you shot her." Oh yeah, yeah, I did shoot her. Yeah. It's hard to explain, but the way he does that, it's all cheaper, it's nervy, it's fucked up. There's a bit in it where they go and meet this dad. The Otis has been a dick. They smashed his TV in. So they meet a TV man on the way, and then we get second-hand TVs. And they buy his TV, and they just piss the tie off. He snaps up and basically tells him to fuck off. So Emily gets pissed off. He stabbed him with his electric knife. That's not nasty enough. These are the old TVs, by the way, the old type, the box ones. So they smash the TV on his head. Ultra just plugs it in, kills him. Now this is the bit where it gets fucked up because they've got the old Tamners back in the days where you can make your own made movies. I'm not talking about fucking porn. They napped one of them, and there's a bit where they break into this family's house. You don't see it, you see the aftershots of them what's in it, and they actually made a snuff film where they've literally murdered this family, they murdered this lad, they murdered the dad, they snapped the mother's neck, Otis is touching up her body. It's fucked up. It's really fucked up scene. It's so hard to watch. But again, it's made that way. But the rest of the film just get hit and knots because Otis, being what he is, a pervert. There's a bit halfway through the film, he's trying to touch his sister up, and then he gets hold of him and says, "Pack it in, it's your sister." But again, Otis starts to rape his sister. Now, I do know in real life, because this is a true story, it was the other way around. Emily raped her, and then I remember rightly, he killed her, and Otis went to prison, the real Otis, and I think he died in prison. That's the only difference in the real life one, and why I say to him it's fantasy, because in this it's the other way around. Otis is trying to rape his sister. Emily comes in. They both have a fight, and he tries to strangle Emily. The sister stabs her brother in the eyeball. Bit of a shitty effect now. You can see it's a dummy, but she stabbed him in the eyeball. And then Emily finishes him off and kills him. But this is a bit where it gets fucked up. It really gets fucked up. There's a bit where he's cutting his mate, Otis. He's literally cutting him into little pieces and then puts his body in a suitcase. Then the sister says, "Let's just be to death." Or you think it'll be a love scene? You think Emily's going to change his ways? He's not going to be an evil serial killer murdering women. But then you get the next day, you've got another suitcase with blood all over it. He folds it in a tin now, drives off. You've got the idea he's now killed the sister. Drives off. You get that cheapy music again. End of movie. But yeah, then the birthday of a serial killer, it's definitely messed up, it's definitely disturbing. And I know it took them years from 1986, it took them years to actually release it in its uncut form. It took them years. The bit I said, the smashed bottle in the woman's mouth, that scene originally was cut out. The bit where the family's getting murdered, they're making the snuff tape, some of that was cut down. And there's bits after the film that was graphic, was a little bit timmed down, but now you can see it in its chat where it is totally uncut, it's disturbing, and yes, it's based on a true story. I'm not repeating that line, but there's bits, like I say, was made up, like the bit where Otis is trying to rape his sister. I do believe in real life, doing research, it was the other way around. Emily raped her and then murdered her. And Otis didn't get cut to pieces. He went to prison. I believe he died in prison. And then 12 years later, Emily went to prison. So they kind of fantasised it a little bit. The dad had put a love story. It never went anywhere because your sympathy goes to the window when he kills her. You don't see it, but you get the aftershots. You get the idea yourself that he's done her in. It's kind of frightening film because it's more the life story of a serial killer. And you got the idea he's a nasty piece of work. But the actor does do a good performance. I do know in the early 90s they sort of made a sequel, but there was a total different actor altogether. That to me is just blood and gore. But this one, yeah, it's blood and gore. Yes, it's disturbing when it wants to be. Again, it's made that way. But it's an interesting film. It's interesting. It's not like you want to see something what's talks upon, what's Saw. You want to see something what's talks upon, what's Human Centipede. You already know what I think of them films. This, on the other hand, I say it's more psychological. Yes, there's disturbing bits in it, but it's kind of an interesting story. It's interesting, this idea what goes through a guy's mind who's a psychopath. But into that, have to say my cough is gone. I've not once coughed. Hooray, my cough is finally gone. That annoying cough has finally gone. But into that, be smart, be safe. And I'm now going to do a killing myself. I'm going to kill for something to eat because I'm starving. Into that. See you later.